The Hoyt driver sight by AXCEL is here, and it's at your local pro shop. You're going to have a couple different options and ways to build this that are going to help taper and create the customization that the Hoyt bows offer in pairing with the driver sight. So you have 4 different configurations in sight housings to go along with the driver sight. We offer a 5-pin, a 3-pin, and the Ranger pin system, which is a vertical double pin stack in a 41mm housing option. We also offer a 31 smaller housing in that same Ranger pin setup. So you'll have vertical stacked pins with a green and a red fiber spaced on that double system for you. Let's dive in and see what you get and how we can build this. Your driver sight is going to have its own carrying case. Once you open it up, you have the body and your sight housing. Underneath, you're going to have your owner's manual. Inside your owner's manual, you have printed tapes. The printed tapes are coated for weatherproofing. The benefit of the printed tapes is you do have the option to run out past 100 yards. So if you like practicing longer distances or you're going to run a tack event, the printed tape is probably what I suggest that you run for those longer shot distance scenarios. Additionally, you have laser engraved etched sight tapes. Those are going to only run to 100 yards, but being laser engraved, if you're in any kind of moisture, precipitation, or extraneous weather, you do have that option to protect the longevity and your hunt. On your housings, 31 and 41mm both offer you the adjustable rheostat. So if you're in bright conditions and you need less sunlight or UV light hitting your fibers and flaring them out, you can keep that rheostat up on top. As you require more light, you can take that rheostat and move it around that housing to expose or cover more pin for brighter or duller pin configurations. You have a gang adjustment on your windage. So when you put your housing together, you'll have a small amount of gang adjustment or that lateral travel that you can then tighten that housing down. And before you snug it, you'll have the ability on that barrel to adjust the pitch or angle of that housing depending on its elevation and reference with relation to your eye. As you go farther, when you change those angles, you may want to have that sight angled so that if you're in a lower position, that bow is going to be raised up. You can then angle that sight so it is a more perpendicular traveling surface to your eye at distance. Additionally, inside you have a locking windage adjustment. So if you have this pin out and engaged, your micro adjustment is locked. When you push that in, you can now micro adjust that windage or the left and right movement of your sight, and then know that when you travel with that pin engagement back in that locked position, you're completely secure and nothing's going to go anywhere. Third axis up in front is going to allow you to have that pitch, so when you're shooting those up or downhill angles, we can ensure that that housing is in a position that's always going to allow that bubble to be square for you. With your first and second axis adjustment, back on your vertical here, you have a micro first and second adjustment. So if you needed to take your Picatinny block and travel up or down your windage block, you can do that and have the peace of mind of knowing that because we haven't adjusted the micro ability on that second and first, that you can take that block out and move it vertically on your windage, or sorry, on your elevation, and not mess with your second or first adjustment on your axis. That allows you more room for elevation change before you need to get into the dialing of your sight. Once you have everything vertically set where you need to, you have an adjustable elevation stop that's going to allow you to roll that and engage it. And so your home position you can set. So wherever you have that vertical housing set as your home position, no matter what pins, if you're a 30, 40, 50 guy, if you're running 5 pins, you start at 20 and you go down to 60, you can set that home position and lock that in place. So if you need to blindly roll, hit that home position, lock it in place, and you can know all of your pins are set. Additionally, you have independently adjustable yardage indicators. 3 of them in the custom Hoyt red that you can match to whichever pins you're going to run them to, depending on the sight setup and how you independently want your sight set up. The Hoyt driver by AXCEL pairs perfect with the inline system of accessories. At just a touch over 9 ounces, there's no lighter movable sight on the market. If you want a made in America, strong, rugged, and dependable sight that you know you can trust your hunt on when it comes to it, go to your local Hoyt dealer and pick up the Hoyt driver by AXCEL.